Identifying cost spikes in your Snowflake account and finding the root cause for those spikes is easy with Select. There are many ways to go about it, but one way is to start with the Home dashboard. From this page, I'll open up my date range to the last 6 months to do a quick review. The dashboard page is loaded with trend charts so we can see our overall spend, daily spend by service, by warehouse, user, and storage cost by database. Focusing in on the spikes, I can see 2 spikes in the last 6 months. One is in late March, and the other is in late May or early June. When I analyze the spikes by service, it becomes very clear that the spike in late March was driven almost entirely by AI services. Clicking the green bar, which acts as a filter, it becomes more obvious that my AI usage is very small in this account, except for the days with this high AI spikes. It's quite clear that someone was doing some experimentation. Let's find out who it was. First, I'll lasso the date range to filter the entire dashboard to the dates we want to study. I can scroll down and see the user with the largest usage, but that doesn't tell me if they're the only user with the AI spend or if maybe something else was going on here. Since my date filters remain as I traverse pages in Select, I can now use the AI Services hyperlink to get more detail. In the table, I can see that someone named Jonathan was driving the bulk of this, but was he the only one? One way to confirm this is to add the query user to the group by on the chart and see if another user appears. Yep, it was just Jonathan. I'll go have a chat with him. Let's take an alternative approach to analyze the spike from the late May timeframe. I'll return to the dashboard. I'll reset my date range to 6 months and zoom in again on the new date range that I want to study. Looking at spend by service, I can see the strange bubble in storage costs in orange, but I can also isolate compute spend and see that the majority of the spike was driven by compute. I also notice that there is one particular warehouse driving the spike, and the user was system user. Let's see all of the workloads by the system user. Here, I can see the cost is almost entirely comprised of a single task. Drilling into the task, I can see the task definition. In this case, it's calling a single stored procedure. I can use the lineage tab to see the task is sitting between a source table and a target table. That's pretty cool. Next, I'll check the cost and performance tab and see how often it is run. Let's widen the date range again and see if anything stands out. Using the runs chart in the top right, I can see this was a brand new task that was running very frequently at first, then someone rescheduled it to run only once per day. That explains our spike. We just covered a few patterns for exploring cost spikes in Select. There's no exact formula to follow, but generally, start with the Home dashboard. It'll give you clues as to the service or user or warehouse, etc. that caused the spike, and then drill in from there. Let us know if you have any questions when you're exploring spikes in your own account.